Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you everything that I made in August. Some things were successes and some were failures, but I put a post on my community tab recently and the majority have voted that they wanted to see everything. So I'll warn you now, so I will put it all in. I'm starting off with Vogue dress, Vogue 1595. I have done a separate video on this, which I will put a link in the description box below if you want to check out all the details, but I did a few alterations on it to make it easier and quicker to sew. So if you wanted to know what I did, then I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll just put that and you can find out there. So this is, and it's a polyester type jersey, so as summer has returned in the UK for another week, I won't be wearing this quite yet to work, but I'm quite pleased with it. Basic black dress. Not a lot to say about it, which I haven't already said before. Right, on to the next thing. This is disaster number one. And it's not obvious to start with when you look at it what the disaster is. This is it's the Maxi Dress option from the Closet Core Patterns Sally jumpsuit. So you get the jumpsuit and then there's like a short jumpsuit, I think, or these ties, and then sort of like the wide leg trousers, and then there's the maxi length. So I didn't want it to go right down to the ground. It should go down to the ground, and then it has long side splits on each side. But I only ordered 1.5 meters of fabric because I wanted to make a shorter version, and when I made the jumpsuit it was really long and I had to chop a lot off, so I didn't want to overbuy on fabric and then, you know, waste it. So this finishes sort of just below my knees. The length is fine. It has pockets. It has these tie shoulders, which is a little bit annoying because if you're doing it on your own, like I've just done now, it's like leaning forward. And I did have them double knotted nice and tight, but a couple of times getting it on and off, it then flops down. So you really do need to sort of, you can't fix them as such, or you would need to do shorter straps and then perhaps just have it as the one, or perhaps tie them at the back. I'm not really sure. I'm wearing this with a strapless bra, so I don't have to worry about straps. So I'll just show you. So the top is lined with jersey fabric, but when I attached the skirt to the bodice, and so you have like a casing, elastic casing, because there's elastic waist in here. When I overlocked it, it didn't catch both layers of the fabric for the bodice, it only caught the lining. So then this outer fabric was popping up, and I've done something really rubbish because I got a black sharp. You could basically, I had white elastic because I didn't have any black elastic. It didn't specify in the pattern, but I really should have bought some black elastic. So I used white elastic, and then because this part hadn't completely caught, it was basically hanging free in certain spots on the front and the back, which meant you could then see white elastic poking out. So I did actually get a black Sharpie pen and colour it in to see if it would work. But it can't. I will take a photo and insert it so you can see what I'm talking about, because it's really hard to explain it, because from a distance you'd think, what's wrong with that? It looks like a nice dress, but up close you can see white elastic popping out where the seam hasn't been caught with the overlocker. That was entirely my fault. Should have just done it on the sewing machine and then overlocked it to finish it. That's my bad. So that's the first disaster. So basically I can't wear this because it looks pretty bad up close. This is Simplicity 8014. I have made this pattern before, but a different skirt option. So I've made the straighter skirt, which was shorter in length, but I wanted to make the fuller length, the fuller skirt rather, and it is slightly longer, which I prefer. So it just sort of hits me at the knee. This was made for the Minerva.com blogger network, so I've just joined their bloggers. So the fabric was given to me by Minerva in exchange for a blog post, and I will be putting it up on their new website soon. So they're going to launch a new website, and I think that means that you can order by the ½ meter on their website rather than just doing it over the phone. So I hope that they've made that improvement. I think they have. I think that's part of it. So all the details will be up as soon as their new website's up and running. This is the John Caldor cotton sateen. I don't want to say too much about it because all the details will be in there. So I'll just give you a quick twill. I'm really happy with it. I like the colour. I'm not a big ditzy floral person, so this sort of tie-dye effect suits you down to the ground, and I love blue as well. So that is Simplicity 8014. It has really good reviews on patternreview.com, and everyone seems to, apart from Viv Mum, I don't think she particularly liked the pattern, but most people have gotten quite well with it, so I would recommend it. One of my makes for August were cushion covers. I know, not very exciting, and you're probably just here for dressmaking, not cushions. So I would just put a photo in here. I ordered some fabrics from Itokri, fabrics in India, online, after seeing Cara from So Mad over on YouTube. She'd ordered from them, so I thought I'd give them a go. The fabrics arrived within a couple of weeks. Didn't have to pay any customs duties, so that's an extra bonus, but the colours were so bright. We've recently redecorated our living room over lockdown, so all the walls are now white. We had a teal wall before and it's just really dark. So we've done them all white, but we wanted to put some pops of colour in. We're waiting for a new sofas, which are coming, they're on order, so they probably won't have them until November, which are going to be light grey. So we really wanted some nice pops of colour. And I just couldn't get anything in the UK. I had various samples, couldn't anything that I really had in mind. Found these ones. They're quite thin because they are cotton, and they are dressmaking fabrics. So I interlined them with a white bedsheet that I got from the charity shop, and ordered some. I repurposed some invisible zips from my previous cushion covers, and then ordered like an orange and something else just to go with the new ones, and made cushions. So they're nice bright fabrics, which I'm hopefully going to tie in with pictures or frames on the walls, because at the minute the walls are bare, but I thought I'd start off with the cushion covers. So I made those. They didn't take long. I was really just waiting for the zips that took the longest thing, and that was really quick. So that was one of my makes for August. This is my other disaster for August. It is so tight, it's ridiculous, but I thought I'd squeeze into it just to make you laugh, and so you know that everyone has disasters. So I got this really nice fabric from SewSewSewuk, and I'd seen someone online with a dress in this kind of fabric they'd bought from like a sort of a cheapy shop, but I really liked like midi length dress in this green. I've been looking out for this kind of colour combination for a while. This is a cotton jersey, and this is really nice fabric, but the disaster is purely down to me. So I had in mind that I have this pattern called the Lady Skater Dress by Kitschy Coo. I've had it for years and I have made it a few times, but I realised afterwards that I'd made it in like a viscose jersey, which is a lot stretchier than cotton jersey. And they take your high bust measurement and your high waist measurement, and that's it. So I reprinted the pattern and sized up from what I'd previously made, because I put on a bit of weight. And honestly, I feel like a sausage in a skin. So I haven't finished off the sleeves. I'll come close. So this is completely on me. There is no ease. It's so ridiculous. And then I thought I'd pair it and make a gathered skirt out of it. Well, I gathered it and held it up, and it was just the most unflattering thing ever. So I thought I'll make it into an A-line skirt, and I stupidly just got it. Cut it a little bit wider than the bodice at the waist, and then it just got a ruler and cut it like as a complete sort of like triangle. Well, there's no ease, and it's like it's so tight on my tummy. I don't know if you can see, but it's basically like I'm 4 months pregnant, and so it's like, ugh, I can't breathe. It's making me so hot. It's really hot today as well. And then it's like digging there, it's digging there, it's digging like where my underwear is. And so, it is midi length. I have made a midi length dress. It doesn't fit me at all. So, I don't know. I will either try and, I don't know if I can reuse the fabric because there's not enough here. And the skirt, I don't know. Whether I just find some way of repurposing it into something, or keep it, and if I lose weight it might fit, but I don't think it will fit in the proportions that it needs to be. But I was really disappointed with it, and I think you've seen enough of it, so I'm going to get changed into my other outfit. Now this is a toile or muslin, whatever you want to call it from wherever you are from, but this is the trial version of a t-shirt. It's a free pattern, PDF pattern by Crafty Sew, and it's called the Simple Tee. And it's simple because there's no sleeves to insert, so it's like a kimono top, and you just turn up and go, and it's a crew neck. And I think that they are developing new necklines. I'll just put my necklace out. I think they are developing new necklines for this pattern. This fabric is awful. I bought it off eBay. It came and it was dirty marks all over it. I have washed it and there's still dirty marks on it. They didn't respond to any messages, so I never got a refund, so I thought I would use it as a toile. Also, it was really narrow, so there wasn't enough to cut the full length out of the front and the back. That is why it should be the length of this back piece here. This isn't a design feature. This is just because this is the most I could get out of the fabric, because it was just super annoying. But you can see, so it was just a basic shape just to see how it works. Now I'm going to cheat slightly, because although this video is about August makes, I made a version this morning and I wanted just to show you so you can get a better view of what the t-shirt's actually like. So I made this morning, and this is a white cotton jersey. It has a bit of spandex in it, so it has a bit of stretch, but it's not as drapey as that eBay fabric. So it has a nice curved hem to it. I think it's a really good length. I normally shorten everything, but I haven't on this. I have kept the length of the original pattern. I'm not entirely sure that the crew neck suits me, so I'm keen to know if they're going to bring out a V-neck perhaps, or more of a scoop neck, because I think that will suit me better. Because I do feel it's like gathering a bit and pulling a bit there. But it's an easy make, whipped up no time. I don't fully trust the measurements on my overlocker, because I did the shoulder seams and it's 5/8 of an inch as opposed to 3/8 of an inch like you'd normally get on a knit fabric, and my overlocker just seems to chop absolutely loads off. So I don't know whether that I've just gone look at the measurement wrong, I don't know. But this fabric is super good because it's not really see-through like a lot of white jersey is. This is from Cheryl over at Stirtchy Bee on her online shop. She also has a YouTube channel as well. And someone said her white t-shirt fabric is really good because it's opaque and it's just a really good quality, and they were right. So that is that one. Now this is a pattern that I found on the Foldline's website. So if you haven't heard of the Foldline, they have a YouTube channel. They also have an online shop with a massive database of all different kind of, mainly indie. They do have some commercial patterns as well. I think Vogue's and McCall's, but most of the indie patterns that you've probably never heard of. So I had this fabric. I had 1.5 meters of viscose fabric I bought from SewSewSewuk. And I thought, well, what can I make with it? So I just typed in like a top, and I put in, you put your fabric type and viscose, and then I said I didn't want to spend over a certain amount, so I narrowed down the price band for the patterns as well. And then it gave me a few options of what I could make with it. So I found this, which is by Charlotte Can. Never heard of her before. Don't even know what other designs that she's got. But this is called the Pocket Tee. Is it called the Pocket Tee? Oh, I'm probably saying it wrong now. I will put obviously all the details below, but I'll put it on the screen what it's actually called. So this has a split hem and it's curved at the front. I can't tell from here because I'm short-sighted, so I have no idea on my viewfinder if you can tell that or not. I'm just wearing this with ready-to-wear jeans, by the way. So it's curved at the front. So I shortened by 1 inch at the shorten lines, which are like at the waist, and it's still really long. So although the pattern calls for 1.7 meters and I had 1.5 meters, I think I could, you know, I could get away with cutting it even shorter than that. The other thing, I feel like it's too big on the top. Like, it's fine for the waist and for the hips. It's a really nice size. But here, I mean, it is quite nice it's loose because there are no fastenings or anything. So you do just have to like pop it on and off, which of course it's got this lovely low sort of scoop. So it gives you that scope to be able to do that. I don't know if it's going to be one of those, like, obviously I've still got my strapless bra on, but normally if you'd have like a bra strap or something, if it's going to not sit right. But so anyway, so it has this like kimono sleeve here, and it gives you directions for how to do it. So it's like a folded up little cuff, and then you put some stitches in just to hold that in place. One thing is that it's called the Pocket top, T, something like that. Here's the pocket. Ironically, the instructions for making the pocket were really confusing. So I've made the top, called the pocket something without the pocket. So as you can see, I've made this pocket here, but it has this raw edge. But to get into the pocket, it's at the back, so it has like a little flap. But I think I put the flap in the wrong place, and then I couldn't work it out. It's quite bulky to sew on anyway, and because it's pattern fabric, people wouldn't notice it. Just the instructions were not great. But made up in this viscose, it just feels so like dressy, but obviously you can wear it with jeans. So I think, you know, obviously I probably need to have a better belt than what I'm wearing this with. But you can do the old Tam France French tuck. So it's down at the back. Oh, my doorbell's gone. Oh, that was the kids just come back from the park. Yes, so as I was saying, so you can tuck it in at the front. You can tuck it in all the way and have it like blouse effect over like trousers or jeans. So I think it's really good. It's lovely fabric and it was great to work with. And I would definitely make it again, and I think I will, but I think it works well with the patterned fabric, but with the viscose it just has that really nice drape, and it just makes the change to wearing a jersey t-shirt, but you can wear it with like smart work trousers or with jeans. So I would definitely recommend the pattern. I've just remembered I've got another disaster to show you, so I think that is my final item coming up. Anybody who has been following my channel for a while will know that I have a disaster making trousers, pants. I tried the SewSewSewuk Ultimate trousers, I tried the Sure Fit Designs pants kit, I have tried other ones in between, the True Bias Emerson pants. Nothing seems to work, and I thought I'd struck gold with these, which are the Laura pants by Tessuti the Laura pants by Tessuti Patterns. Now, I thought this would be perfect. So they are elasticated all the way around, but they have a tapered leg, and they also have a little, what do you call it? It's like a split cuff at the bottom of them. And I did a toile of them in an old curtain fabric, and I realised I needed to eliminate out like horizontally about an inch out of the front crotch. So I did that, and then felt that they were too tight or too small at the back. So I put an inch into the back, so I took an inch from the front and added it to the back. Thought that was fine. I also slimmed the leg down a bit because it was a bit too wide. And I think this is obviously an alteration, and this came up on Sure Fit Designs toile as well. I don't know if you can tell, I've put white on so you can see. They curve down, so the centre of my back, it needs to be like that needs to be raised up, but I can't because that would just give me a complete wedgie. I think that I needed to add a further 2 inches to the centre back and then taper it out to the sides, because if I show you, when I go like that, they completely duck down at the back. So when I stand there, I don't know if you can see, so if I pull them up to where I want them to sit, they slope down from the front to the back, so they sit a lot lower at the back than they do at the front. So there's just not enough fabric with the, I don't know, some kind of bum adjustment, I don't know. But there's obviously some reason on all the trousers that I've tried that when I get them to sit over my stomach and get them to sit as a good length without too much length in the crotch, and that crotch area is fine, when I turn around there's just not enough fabric there to pull up and to sit at the same height. So I think I'm close to cracking it, pardon the pun. I think I need to just add that extra fabric to the centre pack seam, taper it out, and then I think they would fit all the way around. But there are no pockets in this pattern, and I didn't realise how annoying that would be until, because I've made so many dresses which have pockets in, and I don't really use the pockets in dresses, and I know that everyone says make a dress and have pockets, and that's, you know, oh, wow, it has pockets. I don't, because I find on dresses they're at a funny height, and I'm just not used to having a dress with pockets, so when I make, even when I make them, it always feels about natural. But a trouser, I'm always putting my hands in a pocket, especially when I'm at work or something, just stand around chatting to colleagues, hand goes in the pocket and there's nothing there. So if I make these again, or I add fabric at the back, I need to add some kind of pocket. I did shorten them as well. You have to shorten them before the cuff because they have that sort of split cuff at the bottom. I think I took 1 inch out there, and obviously I take 1 inch out that front crotch there. So they're a good length on me now. They are reasonably okay on the sort of legs. They're not too wide. They are a nice shape. I'm not entirely sure about having the elastic going from the front and the back, how that kind of looks on me, but I'm sure with a t-shirt, which is that t-shirt from earlier, our favourite, I bet you don't quite notice the elastic, but I can't wear them because I'm going to bend down, sit down, they are just going to go lower and lower, and it's pulling my underwear with it, so it's like, it's not a good look. But so I call it a disaster, but it's a learning experience. But I've had so many learning experiences, if you know what I mean, when it comes to pants making. It's driving me insane. So I think that is everything for August. I have obviously made this in September. I've also made something else in September, and you'll know about that if you follow me on my Instagram. If you don't, please go over there and give me a follow, because I update my progress and sometimes I document my makes over on my stories and then save them as a highlight. So join me in the conversation going on over there. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe, and I will see you again next time.